Most businesses lose hours every week simply because someone has to monitor a mailbox and sort through attachments. What if a system could actually watch for you so that your team doesn't have to? Think about the friction of you checking your emails every 15 minutes. It sounds really small, but that constant context switching is killing your productivity. And if you are a decision maker or a manager, you know that delay is actually a cost. Now, if a high priority invoice arrives into a mailbox and it sits there for 3 hours, because maybe someone's out for lunch or at a meeting, that could be the difference between a prompt payment, maybe a discount, or indeed a late fee. And then don't get me started on the chances of human error. We've all been there. You manually drag that file from your Outlook onto your desktop, only for it to get lost in a sea of shortcuts and other files, and maybe even accidentally deleted. There's also that wait time between the email hitting your inbox and you actually noticing it. And in fast-moving business, we don't need that bottleneck anymore. So that's where Power Automate comes into play. It can monitor your inbox. It can trigger on incoming emails as soon as that invoice arrives. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to build that. We're going to break it down into 3 stages. Triggering the flow from your inbox, using a GPT prompt to read an invoice like a human would, and then automatically save that data into Excel. I'm going to show you the logic behind each part and then jump straight in to the designer to show you how to configure it. So here's my inbox. You can see we have 3 emails. I also have a folder for non-invoice and processed invoices. And if we look at this particular invoice, we can see it's a travel invoice based on £2,516.40. Over on Power Automate, we're going to create an automated cloud flow and give that flow a name. We'll call it Process Incoming Invoices and save to Excel. And then we need to choose a trigger. Now, if we search for when an email arrives, you can see we have when an email arrives, but we also have when an email arrives in a shared mailbox. I'm going to choose the shared mailbox method, same idea, and then we'll select that and we can choose the shared mailbox, in this case my Invoices email address that I have access to. Under advanced parameters, I'm going to add in only with attachments to filter and set that to true, so that we only trigger on emails with attachments. Then we're going to add in a filter array action. That filter array action is going to filter those attachments, and we can choose dynamic content, specifically attachments, and then we'll create a filter query based on that attachment name, because we want to check if that attachment name ends with .pdf. Because prompts only work with PDFs. Now, because we have case sensitivity, I'm going to remove this attachment name and show you how we can use an expression to lower, and we wrap the dynamic content for that attachment name in those brackets, and that will change it to lower. We can add that expression. You can see it here on the left-hand side. And then we'll go and add in our next action, which is to get the attachments from the email. So we'll choose Get Attachment V2. And then I need to set the message ID. Again, I can search for ID and choose message ID, like so. Then we'll do the same for attachment ID, choosing dynamic content, searching for ID. You'll note that I've got a few options. I can choose the attachment ID from the trigger, but also from the filter array. We want to choose the attachment ID from the filter array, of course. Then under advanced parameters, because I'm using a shared mailbox, I need to go and choose that invoice's address. Now, if you just quickly check your for each loop, it should be based on that filter array, ensuring we only have those PDFs. So the old way of doing things required templates, and they broke as soon as a vendor changed their invoice layout, or maybe a new vendor was introduced. So how can we use AI to read these documents as flexibly as a human can? I can talk from experience. It's incredibly frustrating when you're trying to automate something and the invoice date field moves by 2 inches and then the whole system fails. And that's the cognitive load that we talk about. Even if a human is doing it, they have to scan and transcribe dozens of different layouts, which is exhausting. Traditional OCR or machine learning is often too fragile for this. We need something that understands the context of the document, not just the coordinates of those pieces of text. And that's where we can use a prompt in Power Automate, and it can automatically identify and extract those specific data points across that invoice file. If we jump into our for each loop and add in a new step, we're going to add in a prompt, run a prompt. Now, using the drop down, I can select new custom prompt, and it's here we're going to change the name of our prompt and call it extract information from invoice files. And then at the bottom we're going to type in our first prompt to Copilot, like so. And if I bring that prompt up on screen, this is where you might want to hit pause. This allows us to use Copilot to write the instructions for our prompt. So I've sent that across. Copilot's working on our instructions. And here we have our sample instructions that will take the content of that invoice and extract the key information. There's some guidelines, the output format, JSON, and then we have an input for the invoice document. I'm going to keep that and then add in a document to test it on. I can upload a document, attach that PDF. Over in the top right, you'll see that we have the output settings set to JSON. If we drop that down, it can also be text or document. Now I'm going to hit that test button and we should see that sample output appear over on the right hand side. I'm happy with that output, so I'm going to hit save. And then back in our flow, we need to add in the input parameter for the dynamic content of our content bytes. So having data inside Power Automate is a great start, but it doesn't do the business any good if it stays trapped in the cloud. How do we get this information into a spreadsheet that your team already uses for reporting? And this is where people usually get stuck in the trap of copying and pasting. You've got AI outputting the data perfectly, but then someone still has to manually move it from the flow to an Excel file or a third-party system. It's a recipe for disaster. One typo, one double entry, or maybe even one accidental deletion, and your data integrity is gone. If a decision maker is waiting for a weekly report to see where the budget stands, and that hasn't been updated because the person that's responsible for it is buried under other work, or maybe on annual leave, you're making decisions on old news. So in the next part, the flow is going to take that captured information and it's going to save it directly into your Excel spreadsheet without any manual input. So here we have an Excel file that we want to write to. Back over on our flow, we're going to add in a new action and search for add a row to a table. And select that from Excel for Business. Then we're going to choose the location, which is the SharePoint site or the OneDrive, in my case Finance, the document library, which is my default document library, and then I'm going to navigate to that file that I had open, my Invoices received. Within that, I already had a table, so I can choose that drop down and select the table called Invoices. And then it's important under Advanced to select the date time format, but then all of the fields within that table, such as the invoice number, the supplier name, and so on, all the way down to the summary of items. With those all selected, the date time format I'm going to set to ISO 8601, and then I can choose all of the dynamic values for these different parameters within our table within Excel. So selected invoice number, then I'll go on to search for supplier name, and these are the values that are being identified by the prompt that we wrote earlier. So should we have any additional fields that we want to add, we could of course go back to our original prompt and make changes so that it's included in the dynamic output that we receive within our flow. So I'll just select the last item, the summary of items, and then I can save that flow, and we're ready to test. Now, if I put my flow into test mode and hit the test button, we need to send across an email with an attachment, and that will trigger our flow. Now, unfortunately, it's come back with forbidden because I do not have any AI Builder credits or Copilot credits on my practice environment, so I'll go away and get that sorted. But if I send another email, now that I have fixed it, our flow will trigger. It will send that attachment to a prompt, and we can see it's now completed all the way down to the bottom where it adds a row into a table. Here's said Excel file with that entry, and if we go to my inbox, we can see I have that email that's come in, but unfortunately it's not moved into my processed invoice folder. So back over in Flow, if we go into Edit, I'm going to add in another action underneath the Apply to Each for Move Email. I'll select that. And then it's a case of choosing those dynamic values for the message ID. We need to set the folder, but because this is a shared mailbox, I need to go to Advanced Properties and choose the original mailbox address and supply Invoice. Then back into the folders, I can navigate that particular mailbox, choose the inbox, and choose that Process Invoice folder. Back into publishing and testing my flow. We can put it into test mode again. And if I fire up a couple of invoices, including this one from Demo Tech for some hardware, and we'll hit send, and also this other invoice here for my travels to Seattle, we can send those both across. That will trigger at least this flow, and there'll be another flow as well that's triggering at the moment. It'll be two separate flows. And if we jump into Excel, we can see those two new entries there for both of those invoices. And then if we go into our inbox and look in that processed invoices folder, those two emails have moved out of our inbox. And that's all there is to it. A simple, deterministic pattern that uses AI to handle the messy parts of the business admin. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime soon. Cheers.